Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that he chose to join me today as we talk to Morel and to Zach. What's his name? Zeke? I don't remember. And to Lena. Let's all have a chat with Morel, because I'm pretty sure Lena is actually the one that wants to talk to us.
It's great to see you again, officer.
He grins, bowing awkwardly.
My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie,
She says, beaming.
I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude.
She hands you a ribbon tie held together by a silver bird skull.
It's a tie, Mesk in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
Oh, that's all for now, ma'am. That sounds like a perception tie. Oh, it isn't. It's Inland Empire and Volition. It's almost like my current one. My current one, it just adds a little bit of Volition. A slender... Oh, yeah, I remember. I used this... The moment I got this in my first playthrough, I used it exclusively. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take this horrific necktie off. A slender bolo tie held together by an antique clasp in the shape of a bird skull. The skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's disturbing, but you can't look away. You can. Oh, wait. A bit crowded in here. No, I need to talk to you first.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion.
Maybe I can't talk to him about the birds. Not birds, the cryptids. But him.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a gruff pat on the shoulder.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about some more cryptids.
Okay. I already did my best to inform you.
He eyes you skeptically.
I don't really know what else I could discuss with the layman.
Layman, you always have to prove yourself with this man, which means you have to provide the cryptids. Maybe he'll answer.
Yes, I know about the Cryobacter catlensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one. Thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time.
He coughs in his fist.
A bit of jealousy there. He'd want that glory, truth be told, even if he'd have to inject himself with bacteria to get it.
Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nongok.
The Nongok?
A flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nongok to run faster than any other avian, perhaps any other animal, who knows. When it's not hunting its prey in this manner, the Yok hangs from tree branches, like a bat, waiting to dive on hapless prey below on the jungle floor. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared.
When did she disappear?
Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
I also know about the most dangerous cryptid, the Gnome of Jeroma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
I can try to guess.
Believe me, you won't guess it. You either know or you don't.
He corrects his hat and says, as if it's the most sensible thing in the world.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose.
Get out of here.
No, but we not get out of anywhere.
He lashes immediately.
The dread moose is a widely reported cryptid from Arda. It subsists entirely on flesh, and has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Hold on, does it also attack people?
Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will.
Okay, what does the dread moose look like?
Just like an ordinary Arden moose.
Then how can you tell if it's the ordinary or the dread kind?
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
Yeah, I am 100% behind the dread moose. I utterly believe it exists.
You're right to.
He gives you an approving tip of his hat.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. We also have sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries. In fact, we may be close to capturing a live specimen. Modern genetic methods may prove crucial in differentiating the dread variant from the herbivorous one. Anyway,
He gestures for you to continue. Nope, let's change the subject.
by all means.
He coughs and wipes his mouth. So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay.
He breaks his calm.
And?
And one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
He rubs his chin. The old woman's face lights up.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
His companion sighs.
Another trip to the reeds.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a depth hunter, this phasmid.
Of course.
He misinterprets your words.
Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay? Actually, no.
His tone changes.
Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Well, we have +1s and 2s, and it's all the things, and it's an interfacing check, which means we're not too shabby at it. And let's see, we can develop an alternative theory about the missing locusts. And I believe I succeeded at that in my first playthrough. We got +1 because we're enthusiastic about the phasmid. +1, did I say +2? That's a +1. Another +1 because something up with the trap. Another +1 because I have considered alternatives, and a +2 because Kuno is a hooligan. So...
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bags?
A shadow of worry passes over the woman's face.
Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need.
The man turns to his companions.
I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary?
The woman's voice is a little shaky suddenly.
We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Gary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Yeah, I'll get going. Lena?
oh, hello, sweetie.
No, just wanted to see if I could talk to you a little. Gary?
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
Thank you for your cooperation. Yeah, it may be the last chance that we have, but it is fruitless because we don't need to talk to him anymore. And isn't it amazing that we spent the day where Kim mostly just wasn't here? We spent the day running around, literally running around. Oh yeah, we haven't solved this issue yet, have we? Crap. Tomorrow, Kim is taking him. Crap. And also doing things that Kim definitely wouldn't want to do.
The man is decomposing visibly now.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Kuno, my man.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
Oh my god!
The little one seems distraught.
I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
Now, hold on. No one is lame here. Just tell me what happened.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
Okay.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Pig's head shack. It was right there. Now, where's the locust at? Where's it? It's crawling with locusts in here.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Sounds like you found the locust, detective.
What is this?
Heaps of leaves are rotting among the mud-caked towers. Dozens of little locusts feed on them, buzzing away with vicious joy. Kuno has really outdone himself here.
I should go and ask him to stop, then. I mean, he's... to take them away, I suppose. Maybe not stop, because he stopped.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I know you took the locusts from the traps the cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah?
He says slowly, meeting your gaze with sullen defiance.
Kuno took the bugs, so what?
You say you don't give a fuck about bugs, then you go and build a whole bug town?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts.
He says, enunciating every syllable.
Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
She wails from behind the fence and then buries her face in her hands.
You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you.
She moans.
Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist.
He pushes his chest out.
Maybe I am an artist, You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give way.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Oh, don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
A leaden silence fills the yard.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window. So that's what this is about.
Me and Kuno have discussed this. I promised I won't do that.
I don't believe you.
She disappears entirely behind the fence.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
Oh, wait, the stop isn't about the locusts. It's about him not taking any more locusts from other traps. Oh, I have to ask, what does the City of Locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
He turns his face up to the heavens.
Pig,
He says finally, lowering his gaze to meet yours.
you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps. The cryptozoologists are trying to find something very important. Those locusts are bait.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now.
He turns towards the fence.
She was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
What's going to happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Okay. Now that that's settled, I'd better be off.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway?
He asks before you leave.
With the traps?
The Insulindian phasmid.
Huh.
He mutters to himself. Later, Kuno.
The fuck out of here.
He says, not entirely convinced of himself.
Kuno's tired of this shit.
See?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
She hides behind the fence. Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains. Murder was the case they gave me. Was that what I said on the phone? I think it might have been what I said on the phone. I'm gonna do something else before I go into the whirling in rags. Not that it matters. Well, actually, it does matter because it's a bit of a pain to go there. What I wanted to look at... Find Morel. Yeah. What I wanted to look at is the wall over there. Cargo door. The wall. Map wall, that's a different thing. What is the wall? Backyard wall, that's the one. All this talk about art, and I still don't have a new +1 on the wall. That sucks. Wow. Morel.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
Nice. I also had a chat with this kid, Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the bugs, or the locusts.
So it was just a child.
He purses, his lips crestfallen.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie.
She turns to smile gently up at her husband.
This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
The aging cryptozoologist breaks into a hideous coughing fit.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Lena looks at him with tender concern.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right.
He breathes carefully, not to start coughing again.
We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
We've come too far to quit. I'm gonna restock the traps. Let's do this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
He starts coughing again.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
She nods to her husband.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but,
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Don't tingle my pleasure center. I'll get going. So now we have locusts. A cardboard box with several rows of little holes in the lid. Though at first glance the box seems perfectly ordinary, upon closer examination, it's obvious that it has been prepared with great care. Oh. Okay. Let's find the instantly needed phasmid. First, restock the trap you left empty before. The trick is to remember which one it was. No, the trick is fine, because I'm recording so I can go back and look at the footage. And besides, I had a relatively good plan about where I was going. So, I am, it's the first time I'm using this, by the way. So I'm pretty certain about where the trap was. And look at that fast travel thing didn't actually use up any time. That is fantastic. I should have done that on the way back to the, am I going the right direction? Should zoom out a little bit more. Back to the Whirling and Rags. It's really nice that we can just fast travel to well, basically 2 major locations. And the reason they're major is because that's where we sleep. And there's also a bunch of characters next to them and all that, so that's pretty cool as well. Now, the trap was this one up here. Right there.
The reeds dance slowly around the empty trap. The trap's netting trembles, shaking off the snow. No insect sounds or movement anywhere.
I'm gonna release the locusts into the empty trap.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Hopefully they get eaten before that happens. And now I go back to the whirling. Oh. So you can't fast travel from anywhere. You can only fast travel from those locations into any of the other locations. Oh. I see. Well, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, I think this fast traveling thing, it's kind of fine. It's alright. But the game really is designed with the intention of you actually having to go through the same places over and over again. Because there's checks, and there's new people that show up, there's changes. Every day is a new day. And so, it's dangerous to fast travel. Now, in our case, we've done the journey already once, so it's fine. Yeah, you can see you're here, and then it changes into travel here. So we can't travel from anywhere. Where's Morel? Lena.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
The elderly woman smiles up at you, hopefully. I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
She manages a smile for you.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest.
She looks down at her hands.
I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So, who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
Once more, onto the breach then. I'm gonna take it on with undue optimism.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you. You're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not that.
She doesn't know how to end the sentence. What is it?
It's a strange feeling.
She looks down, biting her lower lip.
I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
Hunching her shoulders now. She seems even smaller than she is. Like a sad young girl.
Seeing the Incidentally phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something?
No, sweetie.
She shakes her head.
There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it.
She shakes her head, still unable to meet your eyes.
But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
First, tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie. That's a suggestion check. Let's go with that.
An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
That is such a pretty line right there. You know, because her marriage is, you know, the acorn is her story. The marriage is the tree. Let's see. And I need something good here.
All qualities these two seem to share in abundance.
Yeah, diligence, care, and yeah, all the things. Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't just about the phasmid.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Normally when I think about stuff like women and marriage, I feel bad. When I think about you and Morel, I feel okay. That counts for something, no?
Oh, of course it counts for something. But we've had our hard times too.
She looks down under her legs.
I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived. On our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
He'd still be into you. That's not how these things work.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him?
She sighs.
I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Incidentally phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
To hell with this. I still believe you saw the phasmid.
A true believer.
She looks out the window.
Sometimes I still see it too. The real memory of it, how it was there, Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
The memory of the memory. I get the impression, maybe it's not everybody that has the same impression as I do, but I remember when I first found out, or when I first became conscious of the fact that some things that I remember from my life are just the memory of remembering them. And that's mostly how memories work. If you don't remember something for a very long time, you just don't remember it anymore. And if you remember it every day, then you're very familiar with it. Obviously, every time you remember it, you're sort of corrupting the memory a little bit every day and just muddling it in a little bit in your head. It's just how our brains work. But there's a very specific feeling that I have personally found of remembering your remembrance. You can't quite remember in her case, seeing the phasmid, but you remember remembering it, in the sense that you can picture yourself 10 years later remembering it, and you remember the details that you remembered at the time. So it's not like you forget the things. It's not just, oh, there I was sitting down imagining, remembering it. No, you remember the details. It's just it's like it's somebody else telling you the story. And that's something that comes with age. I imagine it gets... and when I say with age, I don't mean her age. I mean my age, I'm 34 now, but I remember this first happened to me probably at the age of 25 or something, when I first started noticing that there were things that I was remembering, not as a first-hand account sort of thing, but more as I remember remembering it. But yeah, for older people, it's probably a lot more common.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
You do that. I'll check the traps one more time.
Oh, sweetie.
She looks at you, worried.
Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Can I have your address, just in case there's news?
Okay. It's 1113 Tabernacle Road. Jamrock, but...
Nah, it's fine. Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered.
She taps her chair.
And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Be careful out there, Lena.
You too, sweetie.
She flicks a switch and the engine on her chair turns on with a whir.
Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be a...
The sentence remains unfinished.
A lie? A fool's hope, say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's snowing.
And the end of the episode as well, because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.